you know. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Talking mad.
Yeah. Hey, she might be right. A year from now, she might get a man of the Lord. If the world go ahead and fucking end in 6 months, you know, she come back in the kingdom. Yeah, a year from now, she will have a man of the Lord. If she's an Israelite. You got something?
I was going to continue on Revelation 2 and 10. Revelation 2 and verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life.
Man, hey, if this devil lock you up, man, hey, that should increase your faith, man. Because the scriptures read on it. You gotta put it in your mind more and more. That could be you. That you could be part of the elect. That's why we call ourselves the hopeful elect. We hoping for stuff like this. You know, nobody really want to get locked up and put in jail, but if I'm gonna receive the kingdom, so be it. Lock me up then. All right, it's going. You got it.
Lord said he chastised he whom he loveth. Roughly paraphrasing. So if you catch a hell, man, hey, we rejoice in that hell, man. We rejoice in that tribulation, as the scriptures say, man. Because the Lord, hey, you know, we examine ourselves, of course, but hey, we know the Lord is dealing with us, man. He loves us.
Yeah,
you know?
the gold tried in the fire, man.
I had that.
The gold tried in the fire. Hey, we looking we looking to shine, literally. You know, we looking to shine, man. And how you gonna get that shine? You gotta be polished up. How you gonna get polished up? By going through these tribulations that what's about to happen. And the beautiful thing about it is the Lord gonna keep you safe the whole time. All right?
I got that for you, it's all right.
It's
all right.
Brother was holding it, but yeah,
Oh, you got it?
Oh,
Sirach
yeah,
chapter 2.
Well, I dropped it, so you can read it.
Yeah, you got it.
This is Sirach 2 and verse 5. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in him. Ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy, and go not aside, lest ye fall. Ye that fear the Lord, believe him, and your reward shall not fail.
Hey, going back to what we said at the beginning, as far as that, you know, continue to run. Hey, don't fall, man. Don't fall. Cleave unto the Lord with everything. Constantly endure. Do everything you have to get everything you have in you to endure. And the Lord, I mean, he ain't gonna put too much on you that you can't bear. You know, just keep that faith. All right. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and step down and let the next brother speak. Still holding.
Oh, yeah.
Read that.
Psalm 37 and 1. Fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity. Psalms 37 and 1. Fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity.
Yeah, it says, and neither be thou envious, all right, of evildoers. Because right now, in a time where, hey, folly is set in great dignity, but the rich are sitting in low places, it may seem at the time that those people are up and they're winning, those that go along with this system. But we know in the long run, they're going to be destroyed, man. That's why we're taking this time, this grace period of the Lord, to get ourselves together, all right, because we live in the same world as these people, but our realities are two different things. You know, our reality is that this place is going to be destroyed. So we're doing everything geared towards and preparing and prepping ourselves for the destruction of America, while these people are gearing and prepping themselves for longevity, all right, because they think this place is going to go on forever, all right, just like their daddy's Esau does, all right. So they've bought into this system, all right. It tells you in Revelation 18 that this beast system will have the souls of men. All right, that's why everybody has fully bought into it. All right, and are cooperating, because their reality is different than ours. You got that Galatians 6 and 9?
I do.
Go ahead.
The book of Galatians 6 and 9. And let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap. And if we faint not,
Yeah. Reread it, Baba Kashah, because it's telling you not to be weary in well-doing. All right? Because we're in a small remnant of people that are trying to get right with the Heavenly Father. All right? And when you're surrounded by, hey, what's the lyrics? How you stay faithful in a room full of holes?
Yeah,
you know, yes, Kanye. Yeah, how you stay faithful in a room full of holes? That's the whole sentiment, man. How do you stay righteous in a world full of evildoers? All right, you got to keep your head down. You got to keep, the scriptures on your la'ab. All right, you got to constantly pray and endure.
The armor of God.
The armor of God. Get it, Baba Kashah. Hey, that's the only way, man. Okay? Because you have to be girded up. You have to be armored up, man, to deflect all of the bullshit that comes along with this place, man. All right? That's why you brothers heard of the saying, like, the majority rules. All right? So the majority of the people are ruling right now, while you have us that are set apart, all right, and that are looked at differently because we don't want to fucking show up to Thanksgiving dinner and partake in ham and fucking and shrimp and seafood. You know what I'm saying? Just something as simple as that. Some just as simple as that, bro, sets us apart from the majority of the people that going to eat in a crowd bar is fine dining. You know, that shit is crazy to us.
Right.
But the majority of the people are, what the scripture tell you, follow not the multitude to do evil. All right? Because if you see a group of people that are doing something, more than likely it ain't right. You know, it's just common sense.
Hey, the scripture says, follow not a multitude to do evil.
Yeah, I just said that.
Oh,
The water. No, it's all good. The Spirit wanted to have it come out again. For those of you that didn't hear me, all right? Hey, if you see a group of people going in one direction, you might want to go the opposite way. All right? And that's just how you got to be prudent in this place. Because hey, the scriptures tell you that a wise man or a prudent man foreseeth the evil. All right? And hideth himself. All right? So that's the spirit that we got to be in. Galatians 6 and 9. Reread it, Baba Shah. And then it was some more on that. What was that?
Psalm
It's
37.
the book of Galatians, chapter 6, verse 9. And let us not be weary in well-doing. For in due season.
That's the point I wanted. All right. So not to be weary in doing, but then it goes on to say that for our endurance, or not being faint, we'll be rewarded. All right. And we have to wholeheartedly believe that. Keep reading.
We shall reap if we faint not.
Yeah, and we shall reap the benefits of the kingdom of heaven. All right, and everything that your heart could desire if we just faint not in a time of tribulation and in a time of trouble. All right, or give up on the thing that has gotten us to this point, which is Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, and going left. We have to constantly endure to the end because the scripture tells us that the race is not given unto the swift. All right, so this is a thing of consistency. All right, of precise, of precision, all right, of being persistent.
Yep.
The water. Yep. So this is a thing of persistence and keeping on the straight and narrow. All right, while you may have fire on one side and water on the other, keeping that straight and narrow, man. All right, that's the thing that's gonna get us up out of this place. All right, but we got to keep our eyes single and we got to have tunnel vision. All right, not looking at the niggas that are up a couple of M's right now in America. All right, looking at niggas that have a great and huge following on TikTok or fucking what's the other shit? Snapchat, IG, and all these other social media platforms. Nigga podcasts do 2 million a week. Why it may seem like them niggas are winning right now, they're a part of the congregation of the evildoers.
Right.
All right, we don't want to be a part of that. Hey, we rather suffer now and reap the benefits later because the rewards that we're gonna get are way more abundant and more precious than anything that this world has to offer.
Yeah.
And eternal.
And it's gonna be for forever. It's gonna be eternal. That's why I say our reality is different than every day Jake that you see walking around here. All right, we know that this place is going to be destroyed and burnt up, so we're working towards being saved out of it. All right, but their reality is, shit, I really need some more pay. You know, I really need like 2 more cars and some land. That's their reality, man, because they don't see America being destroyed.
Like that movie, the captain that sent me a clip last week of that movie Belly with DMX and Nas and Method Man. It was early in the scene when Tommy, who played DMX played Tommy.
Yeah.
He said, "I don't give a fuck what you got going on. Get money, nigga."
Yeah.
That's the sentiment from niggas from Atlanta to Anchorage, Alaska.
Right.
Get money.
Give me Proverbs 11 and 4. Yeah. Proverbs 11 and 4. Finish that out, and then we're gonna get that. Go ahead.
It says, verse 2 in Psalm 37 and 2. For they shall soon be cut down like the grass.
Because they will soon be cut down like the grass. The evil and wicked and evildoers, they're not going to last past the destruction of America. Believe me. All right, they're going to suffer the same judgment as the wicked, but they're going to reap the kingdom of heaven. But they're going to have to get there by death.
Right.
All right, by tasting that sting of death. All right, death by pain. That's the only way they're going to get through. We're looking to go through the kingdom of heaven unscathed. All right, not in the sense that like we ain't gonna go through nothing, but we ain't gonna have to meet death, is Lord willing. All right, because it says that the righteous shall scarcely be saved. So we know we're gonna go through something, but hey, as long as we be saved, hey, it's all worthwhile at the end.
Right.
Because the scripture said, if we faint not, we will reap. All right, so it's all about the reward. All right. Majority of the people don't want to go through anything to get to the end goal. All right, they just want to skip steps, go from start to finish. They don't want to do the things in between the starting line and the finish line to get there. You know. Go ahead.
It says, and wither as the green herb. Trust in the Lord and do good. So shalt thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed.
Yeah, hey, and if we just continue to keep our head down and do the will of the Heavenly Father, hey, what the scripture tells us, his servant shall eat.
Yep. Yes. But ye shall be hungry.
But ye shall be hungry. My servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. There you go, man. So we just got to wholeheartedly believe in what Yahweh Shem Yahushua is telling us, man, through the scriptures. Go ahead, bro.
It says, delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart.
Reread that.
Verse 4, delight thyself also in the Lord.
Delight thyself also in the Lord. Earlier when the brother Mashal was up here speaking, he went into how the Apostle Paul, when he went through all the things that he went through, it made him stronger. All right, when I am weak, then I am strong. All right, and we suffer all these things for Mashiach's sake. All right, so reread that, Bab Kushar.
Psalm 37 and 4. Delight thyself also in the Lord.
Oh, and it says delight. Another brother brought out to take cheerfully what the Lord. Somebody get it. I don't want to butcher it.
Sirach 2. So Sirach chapter 2.
Yeah. Yep. Go ahead. It was another one I was thinking of, but Sirach 2 states that too. To whatever thou be placed upon thee, take cheerfully. Brother gonna get it, but go ahead. You got it real quick?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 2, and verse 4.
And the reason I'm bringing this out again, because it backs this point up that you have to delight in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right? And while I'm thinking of it, brother, get 1 Peter 5 from the top. All right? Because it's talking about delighting in it. Anything that you delight in and taking pleasure in, you're going to do it with a certain spirit. All right, you're going to do it with a certain level of ambition towards it. All right, you're not going to treat it as you got that. All right, you're not going to treat it as it's something that if I do it or not, you know, it really don't matter. Like it's contemptible. Right. You know, like the scriptures speak about how our people thought the law of the Lord and took it as being contemptible. You know, by offering up, you know, spot and blemished lambs, so on and so forth. We know what our people was doing and how they was getting down. You know, hold that, speaking in delight, and bring that out in Sirach.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 2, verse 4. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully.
Yep.
And be patient when thou art changed to a low estate.
And be patient when thou changed to a lower state. All right, that goes into long suffering. All right, the majority of the people, they don't, like I said, they don't want to go through anything. All right, they want it right now. All right, and then definitely going through, the trials and tribulations that the Lord put us through, because they don't even see the outcome of it. All right, they just looking at it's some men out there every Saturday preaching, to the top of their lungs, bringing out the same points, preaching the same thing, and then they got to go home and go to work just like I do. All right, that's cool. While it may seem like that, we're working towards a goal that you peons can't even fathom. All right, because you think that if you're doing something and that you're working, you have to immediately see the results.
Right.
Like a nigga that go to the gym and bench press for 30 minutes, he want to go home and see some shit, or he gonna stop going. Trust me, get a nigga 2 weeks, and he don't see one ad pop up. That nigga gonna stop working out and go back to drinking and smoking.
Can I land back?
Go ahead.
Because what the bro said, what people look at us and think of us, oh, they out there every Saturday doing this every single time. We can say the same thing about y'all.
Yeah, right.
Y'all out here doing the same fuck shit, doing the same stuff, being simple as hell.
Right.
Doing the same crap every day too. So what are you talking about?
Right. The difference is the things that we're doing is profitable through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem outside. The things you niggas are doing is destroying you. All right?
Yeah.
Shit, I'd rather do what I'm doing and live, because the Lord says that the law brings forth life and peace. But to be carnal minded is death. So if a nigga, all he thinking about is something carnal and always want to get high, want to fuck with some hoes, that shit's gonna lead to your destruction. Hey, you don't have to believe us. Just keep living, all right? Or just be here to see the judgment of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and we'll see who had the better plan. Right.
Right. If I could say, King Solomon said, all this vanity and vexation of spirit.
Right.
But what we're doing, this isn't vain.
Right.
This is not in vain, man. Like the Apostle Paul said.
Mm-hmm. You was done with that? Yeah. So Rock, finish that out, and then we'll get that.
Verse 4, it says, delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thy heart.
Not he may be, or he might, he shall give you. What it says, the light of your heart.
The desires of thy heart.
The desires of the heart, of your heart. So think about anything that you could ever want, all right? Just think about it. It says, if you delight in the Lord, you'll get it, all right? But it also says you have to go through something in order to get there. All right? Are you willing to do that? Or are you going to do it with some type of contempt and constraint? All right? Go ahead, brother.
Verse 5, commit thy way unto the Lord.
Commit thy way to the Lord. When you commit to something, you're in it wholeheartedly.
Right.
You're fully persuaded. The scriptures tell you that, to be fully persuaded in your own mind. So when you commit to something, you ain't holding nothing back and keeping it just in case the plan don't work. All right? The world tell you, don't put all your eggs in one basket, But when it comes to serving Yahweh Shem Yahushua, there's no other way. You can't have 1 foot in, 1 foot out and straddle. The Lord rather you be hot or cold. All right? Yeah. Because if you lukewarm, he will spew thee out of your mouth. All right? And that shows a lack of commitment. All right? All these niggas, these athletes, they'll commit to a school and decommit. You can't do that shit with the Lord. Once you have committed your life to serving Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that's what you do, man. Until the Lord takes you out, or you you come to into the kingdom of heaven, man. All right, it ain't no decommitting. All right, it ain't no transferring, hopping in the transfer portal and all that shit, or retirement. You got to do this thing, man. All right, if you want to receive the rewards, I got you, bro. Go ahead.
It says, commit thy way unto the Lord, trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass.
Yeah, he shall bring it to pass. Again, everything that the Lord says, man, is faithful and true. All right? It ain't no ifs, ands, maybes, or buts about it. All right? If you do, and the scripture is full of, hey, if you do this, then this will happen. All right? If you do it this way, you'll reap this. All right? And if you serve the Lord, he shall, or he will. It ain't no he might reward you, if he, depending on how the Lord feel, if you do the right thing, he might look out for you. The scripture don't say that, man. If you are in uprightness and you're standing in great boldness, and you're professing Yahweh Shem Yahushua amongst the masses of the people. You're doing the work. You're keeping your eye single. You're following the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability. There's a 100% guarantee that the Lord is going to do what he say he's going to do for you. All right. Can you say that about your job? No. Can you say that about your family? No. Nothing on this earth is 100% guaranteed, man. But what the Lord can do for us is, go ahead.
Verse 6.
Because your job will tell you, hey man, you bust your ass for the next 6 months, we're gonna give you this and that. You do it, and nigga demote you. Right. Nigga selling you dreams. You been there 5-6 years, you ain't moved no goddamn where.
Bro, that literally happened to me for real.
Oh, man.
I was busting my ass, and he's like, yeah, we're gonna make you manager.
Yeah.
Gave me the position, and then when he hired somebody that was a family member, took that shit away and put him in that position.
See?
As a matter of fact, I had to train the guy.
See?
Wow.
See, that's a slap in the face. But that's how Esau's system do. He'll fuck you over, man. All right? That's why, what the scripture tell us that his words are smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. So Esau sell you a goddamn dream all the way up into his time to cash out on it. Well, I don't really think you're qualified for it. But nigga, you already told me that if I did X, Y, and Z, you was gonna, look out for me. All right, but the Lord does not waver in that. All right, His word is faithful and true. You do these things, then boom. Hey, take for example the curses. Did He not curse our ass when we didn't do what He said? All right. If you read Deuteronomy the 28, 1 through 15, is all the blessings that we'll receive if we obey. But the curses hit after 15 to 16 on down to 68. And aren't we living that out to this day? Because the Lord is going to do what He said He's going to do, man. All right?
Right.
Go ahead.
It says, verse 6, and he shall bring forth thy righteousness as the light, and thy judgment as the noonday.
Mm-hmm.
Rest in the Lord and wait patiently for him.
Ooh, there go that word patient again. Go ahead.
Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass.
Yeah. And that's Esau, man. And then you got the bonehead of our nation, from you Negroes all the way down to you so-called Mexicans that are following after this guy with your head up Esau's ass, believing everything that he tell you, all right? And now when shit hit the fan, you're going to see you've been deceived the whole time, all right? And the Lord is doing that on purpose. It are those that are just stubble for the fire, that are going to be asleep all the way up into the point to where they come back in the kingdom of heaven, all right, and be in their right mind. We know that, all right? But if you got any inkling, or the Lord is dealing with you in any capacity, all you have to have is the faith of a grain of mustard seed, man. And the Lord will do the rest, man.
You
That's
shall move
it.
mountains.
You shall move mountains, man. That's it. The Lord is not really requiring a whole lot of us, man. All right? He's not asking us to be superhuman, all right? Because He knows we're in the chains of darkness. This flesh is corruptible. We will fall. Brother quoted earlier, the just man falls 7 times, but to get back up, all right? So the Lord knows the predicament that we're in. He's not taking a blind eye to everything and just having His people go through things because He's not there and He's not seeing. He's allowing these things to happen. You just got to endure, and Lord willing, you be in that number. Go ahead.
Verse 8, cease from anger and forsake wrath. Fret not thyself in any wise to do evil.
Get that word fret. I got you. Bob the shop. Reread that verse. Because it keeps saying fret not. And
Right.
I'm thinking it's like to partake.
I believe it means to be like angry. Like, you see someone prospering, you get angry about
Oh,
it.
got you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why it told us to fret not at the evildoers. Because you see a nigga doing evil and he seemed to be winning. Go ahead.
It says, fret, the verb from the etymon, says to consume, or to devour, to feed upon, to consume, to eat up completely.
Get it in the blue letter.
Yeah, I will.
That's Psalms, 37
And verse 8, or verse 9.
verse 9. All right. Read on.
Matter of fact, it was verse 8.
Verse 8.
Continuing on to verse 9, for evildoers shall be cut off.
For evildoers shall be cut off. Go ahead.
But those that wait upon the Lord,
That those that are patient and wait upon the Lord, that are long suffering, go ahead,
they shall inherit the earth.
they shall inherit the earth. And you also got to be meek to inherit the earth.
Right.
You got to be humble, and the Lord got to be able to deal with you. And you got to come in a contrite and humble spirit, man, or the Lord can't do nothing with you. All right, you ain't gonna inherit shit but a whole bunch of heartbreak and headaches, man. If you cocky and you proud, because what the scripture tell you, that pride go before destruction. All right, and a fool will not prosper. I'm butchering it, but roughly paraphrasing. All right, go ahead.
It says, verse 10, for yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be. Yea, thou shalt diligently consider his place, and it shall not be.
Yep, you got that word?
I do.
Go ahead.
This is the word fret in the blue letter. It's Strong's H 2734. Hurrah. And it's to be hot, to be furious, to burn,
Oh, okay.
to become angry,
Yeah.
and
So to be upset and hot and fury and angry. All right, so we're supposed to fret not. The scriptures tell us that not to worry about how the evil shall be punished, all right, but how the righteous shall be saved. And that's the mindset we got to constantly keep in this place, because if you are angry and you're fretting at evildoers in a place where that's all you're gonna see for the majority of the time, you'll stress yourself out. Brother was talking about stress earlier, how it decreases your life. All right, and the vexation and the filthy conversations of this place, it's in abundance. All right, you have to really be a man of the Lord in order to be in this place, but not be in this place.
Right.
All right, to live in a place, but really not be living in the place. All right, to be physically there, but to be mentally somewhere else, man, takes a man of the Lord to do. All right. Because it's a whole bunch of nonsense and bullshit and filth going on around you, man. All right, that was it on the
If I could say too, I think I saw it on a movie. I forget where I seen it, but they said like pretty much being angry, like the scripture says, fret not. It's like trying to look at your reflection in boiling water. It's like you can't see yourself, so it kind of blinds you.
Gotcha.
You know, just throwing that out there.
It throws off your clarity and your judgment, your ability to make judgment,
Right.
sound decisions. That's why they tell you not to make a decision when you're mad.
Yeah.
All right, or when you're angry, because it clouds your judgment. You know.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
They call it seeing red.
Yeah.
I saw red.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
You know, and it's a whole different perspective, because you're seeing a whole nother color.
Yep, your
That
perspective all off. You're unable to make logical decisions. You know, you're unable to discern the difference between good and evil, because you're just hot, you're just furious, and you want to get payback on Esau Edom. All right, but we got to hold fast, and we got to wait on the Lord in order to for Him to reap the judgment on these people, man. All right, for Him to turn us from fishers into hunters. All right, but until that time, man, we got to be patient and long suffering. All right, there's some more on that. Probably the whole chapter, huh?
Yeah, the whole chapter. See,
Hold on to it. We'll get back to it. I got about 10 minutes left. But I did want to get that 1 Peter 5 from the top. Go ahead.
I got you. It's the book of 1 Peter, chapter 5, verse 1. The elders which are among you I exhort, who am also an elder and a witness of the sufferings of Hamashiach, and also a partaker of the glory that shall be revealed.
That's what we want, man. We want the glory, all right? The glory that will be revealed from being righteous and doing the will of the Heavenly Father. Go ahead.
To feed the flock of the Most High.
And that's very important. We are here to feed the flock of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right, but there's a certain attitude and a certain way you should go about doing that. Go ahead.
Which is among you, taking the oversight thereof.
Yeah, taking the oversight thereof, which means you're overseeing it, you're supervising, you're managing. All right, so you have to lead by example in order to show and to be a good example to the flock that you're overseeing. All right, because the Lord is going to increase this thing. Right now, we got a camp of what, 20? All right. When the Lord sees it fit, man, that flood come in, we might jump to 20,000. You know.
Yeah.
All right. But when you're overseeing the flock of Yahweh Shimi outside, you have to do it with a certain level of grace, all right, and accountability, all right, and a certain level of compassion, all right, because the flock do not belong to you. This flock is Yahweh Shimi outside. We're just overseeing it, all right, and looking it and looking over and taking care of it until Yahweh Shai comes back. Go ahead.
Not by constraint.
Not by constraint. So you can't be doing this thing and it's strenuous unto you, all right? Because you're going to do it with a certain level of guile, all right? You're going to do it with a certain level of what's the word we just looked up? Fret. You're going to fret. If it's because your job, for an example, you know, the jobs keep coming up today. Your job, for example, when you get up in the morning, you go into that motherfucker with full constraint. You like, fuck, I don't want to do this. That's not the way you should look at doing the work of Yahweh Shimi outside or overseeing the flock. Go ahead.
But willingly.
But willingly, you got to be a willing participant in this thing in order to get the rewards that we've been talking about of Yahweh Shimi outside. You got to do it willingly. All right. I don't know not one Jake go to his job willingly. He go because he know he got to do the shit because he know rent is due on the first. Right. He know his car note is due. He know he got seeds to feed. He know he got to keep a roof off his head. That's why he doing this shit. All right, there's nothing, or unless you one of these basketball playing niggas or football or playing a game.
Yeah.
But the everyday Jake, the majority of the people, even Esau, his own people, they hate fucking going to work. All right, the peons of Esau, them niggas hate their job too. All right, because it's only the elite. All right, the spiritual wickedness in high places that are living fat and deliciously off this land and don't have to really worry about shit. You know, go ahead.
I got a precept.
Go ahead.
This is Psalms 127:2. It is vain for you to rise early, to sit up late, to eat the bread of sorrows, for so he giveth his beloved sleep.
Yeah, and the nigga that work an overnight shift, boy, you got it. Cause I ain't working for Esau no fucking overnight. All right, that's a time when you're supposed to rest, man. Your brain and your faculties are coming back together, man. All right, you all off beat. You know, your equilibrium all the way the fuck off.
Circadian rhythm.
Yeah. It's like, you catch a flight to the other part of the world, you become jet lagged because of the time difference. And you want to walk around like that for 15, 16, maybe $20 an hour. Yeah. All right. And really, you're a number. When that nigga get rid of you or your ass drop dead on the job, he just going to replace you with another Joe Schmo. All right. But we're doing the work of the Heavenly Father that we know that there's going to be an increase and we're going to reap the benefits at the end of the day.
Right.
I'd rather do that shit and work my finger to the bone for Yahweh Shimi outside than Esau Edom.
Just say or not laborious work.
Yep. I think that came out earlier in First or Second Corinthians, I believe. But keep going. Okay. In that First Peter.
First Peter, chapter 5, continuing on with. I'm gonna start 2 over.
Go ahead, bro.
It says, "Feed the flock of the Most High, which is among you, taking the oversight thereof, not by constraint, but willingly, not for filthy lucre."
Not for filthy lucre, doing it because you might get a bag out of it, all right? Or that you're going to gain some damn YouTube subscriptions, all right? And monetize and have people buying super chats and shit. Subscribing, hit the thumbs up button, all right? But you want to use Yahweh Shimi outside as a covering in order for you to do that. You're not supposed to do that, man. You're not supposed to make filthy lucre of this thing. You do it willingly, all right? Because it was given unto us freely, all right? So we're supposed to reciprocate that, all right? Freely given, freely received. All right, when we stumbled upon the camp, or however you may have found Yahweh Shimi outside through the men that he put up, no brother asks you for any money. Or you want to break down a revelation, hey, shoot me 25 on Cash App, I got you. Like some of these others do. And if you want the full breakdown, subscribe to my Patreon. You're like, come on, bro.
$79.99.
Yeah, $79.99. Or you can put you on payment plan for $4 a month for 24 months.
Flex pay.
Right.
And it's saying flock, and it's Yahweh Shai said, if you love me, feed my sheep. And you know, it's just
Yeah.
And like I say too, the scripture say to buy the truth and sell it not.
Buy the truth, sell it
Yeah,
not.
God.
That's very true,
So
bro.
we've been bought by the blood of Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? We freely give this word out, man.
That's
You
right.
know?
That's right. Because he made the ultimate sacrifice. He laid his life on the line for us to get this truth, man. You know, and the Lord's not requiring us to die over it right now. You know, some brothers may, but he's not requiring us to put our life on the line in order for Shalom to get the truth. It was given to us, all right, and we reciprocated, and so on and so forth, man. All right, go ahead, bro.
said his
You
yoke
said
is
you had-
light.
I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead. Yoke is light.
His yoke is light. So
Yeah.
it's just a reasonable duty.
Yeah, yep. By presenting your body as a living sacrifice is your reasonable service. All right, reasonable. That means it's something that's attainable and that's doable. All right. While Esau is requiring you to do shit very unreasonable and getting very minimal results. All right. Go ahead, bro.
Not for filthy lucre,
Uh-huh.
but of a ready mind.
Yep.
Neither is being lords over the Most High's heritage,
Uh-huh.
but being ensamples to the flock.
Yeah, treating brothers like they belong to you. You know, putting them down, belittling them, talking shit. All right. Telling brothers to walk to goddamn Brooklyn for cheesecake. You know,
Hey.
brothers not doing that shit, man.
Telling brothers you need $10 in your cash app.
Yeah, right. Like, nah, man. Go ahead. Because these brothers don't belong to you, man. You may be set up in the spirit and a ranking over them, but these brothers don't belong to you. The flock of Yahweh Shem Yahshua does not belong to us. So we have to treat it with a certain level of respect. All right? Go ahead.
Verse 4. And when the chief shepherd shall appear,
Which is Yahweh Shai. Go ahead.
ye shall receive a crown of glory that fadeth not away.
And that's what we're doing it for, man. In order to receive that crown that will not fade away. All right? Keep going.
Likewise, ye younger, submit yourselves unto the elder.
Go ahead.
Yet all of you be subject one to another,
Yep.
and be clothed with humility.
Mm-hmm.
For the Most High resisteth the proud, and giveth grace to the humble.
Yep, exactly. All right, so we read earlier that the earth is given to the meek. All right, so a proud spirit, the Lord does not deal with. All right, so you know I'm gonna step down and let the elders get in here.
You about to read, right?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, what we read? Keep going with that.
It's 1 Peter
Go to
chapter 5. And,
Isaiah 6 and 9.
we'll go back to 5. Likewise, ye younger, submit yourselves unto the elder. Yet all of you be subject one to another, and be clothed with humility. For the Most High resisteth the proud, and giveth grace to the humble.
And that's one of the, as the brother was going through earlier, that's one of the hardest things for the society to deal with, is submitting yourselves. You know, watch out, brother. Submitting yourselves. Okay.
Nigga said no.
Yeah. Read that again, brother. Because you know there's comfort and there's protection in submitting yourselves. As the saying goes, everybody got to answer to somebody.
Yep.
But the thing about it, with the 2/3 of our people, they've come up under this Edomite society. Matter of fact, go to John. He has your father, the devil. Yeah. Is that John? What is that? John 10.
Somewhere.
Yeah, you can find it. John. He has your father, the devil.
Oh, John 8:44.
John 8, the water. Because under this Edomite society, our people are no different than Esau. And Esau, the so-called white man, has a major demon on him of not being able to submit. He don't want to submit to nothing. So then niggas come right along behind that with that same energy, and they think that they don't got to answer to nobody.
The same Esau, Cain in the offering.
Hmm?
You know what I'm saying?
That's why, yeah. Matter of fact, go ahead with that in John.
Come on, this is John 8:44. It says, "Ye are of your father the devil, and the lusts of your father you will do."
Yeah, our people come in the spirit of Cain, man. All right, which Cain was how you say Cain in the Hebrew? Yeah, which is a spear. You know, a stabbing instrument, a weapon. And, you know, that's how Jake carried it. But people in general, underneath this Edomite vibration, you know, you run up on a nigga with a gun, that nigga ain't submitting.
Right.
That nigga, he's
Die for this chain.
yeah. That's how Jake with that spear come.
Yeah.
Nah, man.
Take this from
You gonna have to take it from him. Because why? Or they have the weapon, or they feel big.
Yeah.
I take that. So that spirit is an Edomite spirit. Even King David and our forefathers, they knew when they were behind enemy lines that they had to play the part, which is not being a pussy. It's actually showing wisdom and humility.
Jacob,
Right.
Jacob did it with Esau. Remember when he ran up on him?
Yeah. Where's that at? You know where that's at? In Ecclesiastes. Better is a living dog than a dead lion.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get that? Oh, yeah, go ahead, read that. Yeah.
It says he was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth.
Yeah, bold not. Liveth not in the truth. All right? When you're in the truth of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, there's a level of submitting, humility. You can't be stiff-necked.
Right.
Okay? Because the scriptures say what in the Apocrypha? That wisdom trieth thee in crooked paths. So sometimes you're going to be over here in the hot. Sometimes you're going to be in the cold. Sometimes the street's going to be paved smooth. Sometimes that bitch going to be rocky. But you're at the will of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. But Jake, the 2/3 of our people, as you was reading the scriptures, they have a submitting problem. Okay? You got that in Ecclesiastes, brother?
Yes, sir. Ecclesiastes chapter 9 and verse 4. It says, "For to him that is joined to all the living there is hope. For a living dog is better than a dead lion."
Yeah, a living dog is better than a dead lion. How many of our people are fertilizer to the earth or rotting away in a prison because they just simply didn't have the spirit of submission on them?
Or like you said, I think it was a couple weeks ago, how many people are in jail due to the boogeyman pandemic of 2020 over that tissue paper and toilet paper that ran?
That was another example. Yeah, they come in that spirit of Cain. That's a beautiful example, right? That's my toilet paper. No, that's mine.
Fighting over noodles.
Niggas was fighting over toilet paper,
Niggas
and
was
noodles and wine and
Yes.
water.
So like niggas was probably fighting the same year you had that whole coin shortage thing. So, you know, Jake is not picking their battles wisely, man.
Yeah. There's a time and as Ecclesiastes also says in the 3rd chapter, there's a time and a place for everything.
Yeah.
There's a time to embrace, there's a time to refrain from embracing. There's a time for love, and it's a time for everything. That's the spirit. I was meditating on this the other day. You know, Esau loves to pick on, the so-called white man loves to pick on our people about CPT, color people time. About our ability with time. See, Jake, we'll be late to an event, but we know when to get the fuck out of a place.
Right.
Yeah.
See, Esau, he don't have this so-called white man. When you listen to his gauge of the world and prophecy or so on, they always talk from a place of 5-10 years down the road. Well, you know, in 10 years, I was listening to this Edomite, and she was talking about, no, this is the time now you need to go and get off the grid, and I say in about 5 years. Like, this bitch don't even realize she might not even have 5 months. Because the so-called white man is terrible with telling time. He's terrible with reading the spirit of time. That's why when you look at these so-called white people, that's going back to the submitting. They don't even want to submit to time. Time is against them. Time's not on their side. If he understood how much time he had left to be able to do what he's doing, he would be doing it differently, correct?
Right.
Yeah.
All right?
Precept for you.
Bring it out.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 10, and verse 3. Exactly what you were just saying. For they being ignorant of the Most High's righteousness and going about to establish their own righteousness, have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of the Most High.
Yeah, come on, man. That's simple. See, we hearing the truth. The first thing you learn before you learn breakdowns of Revelation 13 and Daniel, the 7th chapter, is you gotta submit. You gotta submit. What does the submitting start with? Repentance. Damn, like I'm submitting to the Lord. I'm dropping my head. I'm shamefasted. I'm full of shame that this is how I once lived. That's submitting, okay? But our people, they don't, again, going back to the point of our people, they don't, and being under the spirit of Esau, they don't know how to submit. And that's why the Lord's got to come with that great wrath upon the earth very soon. Because it's all about submitting. Think about with your child. You have your own, if you're a father, and your child, and I'm going to tell you tonight, hey, son, don't do that. Then you tell him again, hey, if I got to tell you again, and then if you do it again,
Now I gotta fuck you.
now I gotta, now you've put me in a terrible position, because now I have to. So you don't play me like I'm the bitch. Because you must think I'm breaking it down in layman's terms, right? So it's the same thing in the spirit. Esau's a bitch. Esau's afraid to part right there. That's how you know Esau don't got no power no more, man.
Right.
His forefathers would have got out the car.
Niggas need to leave.
They would have pulled up their britches. You know?
You know where you are?
You know where you are, boy?
Spit some tobacco.
He would have spit a big slob of tobacco on the street and would have kept it pushing. But now these crackers is afraid to part right here, and we come in peace. Esau ain't, like I said, man, Esau, forget about him, man. You go ahead with that, John.
It says he was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own.
And that's the problem with our people. They follow behind this devil. Well, if the white man ain't worried, I ain't worried. That's a terrible attitude to have.
When boss sick, we sick. When boss is good, we good. That's what Jake got.
But you know what? It's evolved beyond boss sick, we sick spirit too. If the white man's not worried about this economy collapsing, I'm not worried. If the white man ain't worried about World War III, I'm not worried. He don't know no better.
Right.
See, like I say, it's easy. Like I say, I'd rather have CPT time, colored people time, than white people time.
Right.
Because white people time, they don't read, they don't know what time it is. See, like I said, niggas will be late to an event. But think about this with Jake. Jake know when to get the hell out of a spot.
Right.
Like, nah, something ain't right with this. Man, let's go. Let's get out of here. Go, Jake, how about this? Show you that Jake know how to read the room, as they say. Jake will pull into a parking spot. That's wisdom. Hey, man, you know, you might have to get the fuck out of here, so I'm gonna back up like this. Or we're gonna park over there so we can get out of here. Esau Esau is terrible with read. Jake, you people, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you better not gauge this world according to Esau's time period, because you're going to be jacked up. Stop believing that the world is good because he thinks it's good.
Right.
It's not good.
The same guy that's telling you the world is good is the same guy that's fucking it up.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect example. The World Health Organization over this past month has stated that the boogeyman pandemic of 2019 to whatever, you know, to see whatever is null and void, and that the shots that people was getting, they starting to take them back. But we know that this man's about to push some other evil, wicked, nefarious plans out here as far as this pandemic.
And he's pushing that narrative on the people that, hey man, nobody told you had to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
We didn't make you take it.
But
So there's no responsibility on him, because ye as your father the devil. When you go into the word devil, it goes into what? Slanderous, a liar. That's Esau down to a T. But then y'all, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, that's who you want to follow behind for it, as if he's truthful. He's been a liar since the beginning.
Right.
Scriptures tell you that. That what? As soon as he come out of the womb, he speak of lies. Okay? Any more to that?
it says, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it.
Yeah, he is a liar. That's the spirit. He is a liar. Read that again.
It says on the top.
Yeah, no. Read the last
Read the
part
last
again.
part. It says, he speaketh of his own.
Yeah, he speaketh of his own. That's the part I wanted. See, with Esau, he's all concerned about his own well-doing. See, we're not him. We're Israelites. We have a community-based mind frame. Matter of fact, will somebody get Amos, the 3rd chapter, the 1st verse?
Can I make a point?
Of course, brother.
I don't know if brother saw it, but Dave Chappelle was talking on how back in the 80s, the crack epidemic was messing all people up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they didn't do nothing about it. They was one that was pushing it over there.
Yeah.
Now they people messed up on.
Now it's an opioid pandemic and a
opioid
fentanyl
and
pandemic.
And they like, we gotta do something. And he was like, y'all don't care about us. Why should I care about y'all?
Exactly.
And they even they made it in UCLA, and it's nothing new because they've they pushed opium on Moab hundreds of years ago.
Yeah.
And supposedly Moab's actually who let all the fentanyl in.
Yeah, well, that's because, matter of fact, if somebody would hold, what was that, Psalm 7 and 14? Somebody hold that too. Matter of fact, you got that, what was that just called? Amos 3. Mm-hmm.
I'll start from the top.
Yes, sir.
This is Amos 3 and 1. It says, hear the word that Yahweh has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth.
So we are a family. The point of me pulling that is to show that we are a family.
The family.
We are the family. We are the prototype of a family. That's why when we address each other as a nation, even in the truth and outside of the truth. In the truth, we call each other Akwath and Akyam, brothers and sisters, right? But even in the world, Jake will address each other as what? Hey, what's going on, brother? Yeah. Hey, how you doing, sister?
What's up, fam?
What's up, fam?
What's up, bro?
Hey, cuz, look, young blood. We have a very big energy on unity and family. That's not the so-called white man. That's why I say you can't follow him because he is all about his own goddamn self.
Well, it tells you that in the book of Maccabees, how after Alexander had died, you had the 4 generals, and they were split up. So they've been split up ever since the accession of the Greek Empire, man.
Yep. Once Esau conquers everybody else, they start fighting amongst themselves.
You know what's a good movie? It was a movie came out like maybe 2005 or 2006 or something. It's called There Will Be Blood. Remember when they was fighting over oil in Texas?
Yeah.
And they was killing each other and shit.
See?
With Daniel Day-Lewis.
Daniel Day-Lewis, yo.
That's the Edomite way
That's
of
the
life.
Edomite way of fucking life, man.
Because he is the ultimate. Hey, well, the Esau, as I like to call him, the Esau.
Yeah, the one brother killed the other.
He wasn't thinking about his lineage.
I know they was fighting over the oil.
There was no thought of his lineage when he sold his birthright.
Yeah, it was like
brothers.
He don't care. There are people of individualism. That's why their God is Satan. They worship themselves. They only care about themselves. So when it's good for them, it's good. When it's bad for them, this is the top subject matter at hand that should be spoken on all day, every day, because it is affecting me, right? Yeah. So how can you gauge the world based upon a people that don't think about nobody else outside their own goddamn self? And that's what's messing up our people.
They used to consider themselves the only humans. Everybody else is just subhuman.
Sub-beast.
Of a man, just fifths.
Well, you got East Indians. Indians, what, is a savage. Then you got West Indians. He looks at everybody, like you said, as savages, as animals.
Uncivilized.
Yeah. Okay. Was that it on that, or was that Psalms? I pulled Psalms. You got Psalms? Go ahead with that.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 17.
No, 7.
Oh. Chapter 7. Oh, it's actually
It's all good.
Chapter 7, verse 15. He made a pit and digged it, and it's fallen into the ditch.
Hey, what's 14? What's 14, son?
Start at 13.
Oh, yeah. Start up a few verses.
Okay. Verse 13. He hath also prepared for him the instruments of death. He ordained his arrows against the persecutors. Behold, he travaileth with iniquity and hath conceived mischief.
Yeah, that's all this devil is, man. You know, I love it. When you think about a lion, a gathering of lions is called a pride of lions. Yeah. Then you have a crash of rhinos. Like a gathering of rhinos is called a crash. A murder of crows. Well, when you deal with rats, a gathering of rats is a mischief of rats. So it's no coincidence we call them little hats rats. Because when they come together, it's all in the name of mischief. Okay? So read that again.
Behold, he travaileth with iniquity, and hath conceived mischief.
Yeah, he conceives mischief. He's the birth of mischievousness on the planet Earth.
Oh, they made that cartoon back in the day that we was watching called Rugrats, man. That was all based off Amalek. They had this fool the whole time. They had rabbis in the thing. They even had
perfectly broke down the book of Maccabees. They went into Hanukkah and the Passover in that cartoon. And that's just one example of millions of the mischief that's conceived by this devil on the planet Earth. Okay? Hey, there's AI. That's why you got to be careful with this AI. And, you know, you see pictures and, you know, I did a video on that a while back. You know, don't be, you know, we got to be circumspect. You know? Some pictures that you seeing, bro, it's not real. It was conceived in an AI bot, man. All right? Yo, you see this picture, man? It was, they had dogs that was 400 feet tall. Yo, you seeing this? You got to be mindful of this devil. He's being deceitful. Okay?
I saw something with AI, and they actually had AI generated images of women, and they set up OnlyFans. Men are paying for it. They're not even real women.
Yeah.
Which you're stupid if you pay for that in the first place.
But that's how strong the deception is. Okay? That's mischief. All right? You keep going, brother.
And brought forth falsehood.
Yeah, brought forth falsehood. That goes right along with John the 8th chapter. How you gonna believe the liar? This motherfucker is a liar.
Right.
But now you're gauging the truth, or you're gauging biblical prophecy, or you're gauging the times of the season and the times that you're in according to his ass. He's a liar. He believes in the lie more than we believe in the lie, because the lie benefits him.
Right.
Of course he's going to believe it's going to get better. Why should he believe it's going to get worse? He believes he's white. That's the first lie. All right? Keep going, brother.
Verse 15. He made a pit and digged it.
Yep, that's that system. He created a system within this world for all of us to fail. Now, it was a time where what? This system was just, like you said, crack cocaine and, you know, red line laws and Jim Crow and different laws of which he put forth that was jacking up the tribes, right? But now them same laws are jacking him up.
Right.
See, the so-called white man in this woke culture got him in a pickle. He's so woke that he's caught in his own woke net. Right?
The lies done finally caught up to his
The lies done circled back and biting him in the ass. Every step he does. That's why the so-called white man can't do shit. I say the white man, I remember the Cap Gamal said this years ago. The so-called white man has been reduced to a cell phone. All he's able to do is talk shit on Reddit, talk shit on YouTube videos from the basement of his house that his woman beats his ass in. The white man be by the washing machine downstairs, by the water heater in the dark, talking shit in 150 characters behind a burner account. But this is the man of which you want to. Somebody get that, and where's that
Isaiah
in?
14.
Yeah, you can get that too. Yeah, get that. That's it. That's exactly it. Yeah, but this is the man that y'all are. Nah, if the white man's cool, we cool. Y'all are out of y'all's goddamn mind. This man is losing it. All right, keep going, brother.
If I may say,
Yes,
it
sir.
says a pit, and you got within fruits. You have like a peach pit or plum pit, but then Yahweh Shai said, you shall know them by their fruits. And so it's just another way you can identify the wicked by seeing what they've left.
Yes, sir. Hey, the fruits of this devil is scripture say is his grapes are bitter. All right, keep going, brother.
He made a pit and digged it, and it's fallen into the ditch which he made.
Yeah, Esau got Wally Coyote demons on him. You know? He's always setting up traps and tricks. And he's the main one getting blown up by his own shit. So Esau has done a number on the society, creating all of these different systems that are meant to keep us down. But now he's really down.
Right.
Really, Esau, the so-called white man, really could have a fair argument. And if you're being objective in the argument, he is a victim of systematic racism. Because it done went around and got his ass. That's why you got cities like Atlanta that are, quote unquote chocolate cities. Right? The major cities in America, hell, Esau done been such a devil on the earth that there's cities that are actually pushing forward for reparation bills. California and so on and so forth. They want to give, Negroes reparations.
Oh, even I can say too, like the old saying goes, you know how your society goes when you see the women.
Oh, that's another.
The so-called white woman is a whole complete nigger lover in 2023.
Man,
because they used to say that shit back in the 50s and 60s. The white woman is willingly getting with the black man. It doesn't matter if it's a nigga off the street.
Well, yeah, you know what? That was 50, 60 years ago when the white woman was getting with black men. The white woman is getting with everything.
Right, yeah.
See, really,
Except the white man.
yeah, except the white man.
Right.
Yeah.
When you hear all of this incel talk on the internet and shit, that be mainly talking about Esau. All this black pill, red pill talk. Because even in the red pill manosphere on YouTube, you got the nigga side. The nigga side is like a few characters, Kevin Samuels, and that was a small sector of the whole manosphere red pill community. Esau, the so-called, like, that's a beautiful point. Matter of fact, somebody can hold that in Job as well. All right, because Esau, man, he's done. All right, matter of fact, that was what was that scripture?
Isaiah 14.
Isaiah 14. Yep, you had something as well. Hold that real quick. Let me go ahead and get that Isaiah 14.
This is Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 12. It says, "How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nation?"
Yeah, which didst weaken the nations. That's why it's humorous. These so-called white men, they get their little podcast and equipment. They get a headset and a mic, and then they, the woman is supposed to, and the woman is supposed to do, and the woman should, and the woman are supposed to be feminine. Motherfucker, you the reason why everything's jacked up.
Yeah.
That's that pit coming back to fuck you up. See, it was a time where you turned our women against us. But like I said to brothers, hey, you know what? This is the ill part of it all. You go on TikTok, yeah, you're gonna get bombarded with a bunch of black women talking shit. But if you keeping it 100, you're gonna come across a few videos where there are, hey, what's that energy they call them? Pick-me's.
Yeah.
There ain't no white pick-me's. You got black women that are, hey, black man, king, my fathers, my brothers, we love you, we need you. That you'll get that energy from so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American women, even in our captivity. Esau and his kingdom. You'll never go on these social media and hear a white woman, white man, my king, my God.
If I can say too, that's due to you reap what you sow in Deuteronomy 30 and 7 because they was pushing that shit on us from the 90s. They was pushing the black woman to be independent, do your own thing, travel. They gave you living single. They gave you these shows where I don't need a man. So it's rightfully so, just like with the crack epidemic. It's rightfully so that
reap
it
what you
circles
sow,
around.
man.
Yeah, you can have Mary J. Blige talk about how niggas ain't shit. Faith Evans. TLC. Now it's Rwanda, the so-called white man. The white woman just, like you said, she's just dating whoever.
The white woman is, that's why I say, like, Jake used to be in the season of, yeah, man, the white woman, man, I say it proudly. The black woman and the white woman are the worst women on the planet Earth.
Right.
Hands down, they both are the worst women as a whole on the planet Earth. So that whole energy of, the Edomite woman, man, shit. she's a demon.
Shit, even if she's an Israelite foreigner, she's a whole demon.
Cause she's gonna be on some ghetto girl, the most extreme ghetto girl version you could possibly find.
Right.
Right? She gotta have cornrows and gold teeth and eating hot chips with pickles in them and shit. You know what I mean? Like, God damn, you just can't be.
You need a white woman?
You know?
Bro, I saw this skit. It was a black dude on. I forgot what I was watching.
Right.
But he had his white chick over for, she was gonna come chill with him. And he was like, yeah, I got some wine or something. She's like, nah, I like Hennessy.
White girl.
Yeah, the white girl, right?
Oh yeah, he was hurt.
Yeah, he was like, what?
Yeah, he was
No.
hurt. She's like, do you want to drink this because I'm a nigga?
Right. Yeah, that's the one. And then it went from there to it was something else. She was like, yeah, you're not the first black man I've dealt with. He was like, what? He was thrown the fuck off.
Thrown off.
And then she started she started saying or talking, how the black woman be whipping their neck back and forth.
Yep.
He was like, hold up. He said, you's a nigga woman. And he put that bitch out, man.
Yeah, man. And you ain't gonna get no clean
nigga woman.
Yeah, like that energy long gone because as the scripture said, Esau done fell from his glory. There was a time where the white man, the man, listen. You go back, like last weekend the brother was going into, was that Revelation? Last week he was going into Revelation, was that 9?
Yeah.
That was going through World War I and World War II. Zechariah was. That was, after World War I and World War II was probably the best years that Esau had before 1940, 1950, when you get into Obadiah. These women were in check at one point. But that's long gone, man. They're blue haired, hairy armpits.
Yeah, man.
They don't believe in washing their ass.
Oh yeah.
Ass.
Because why? The Lord putting these Edomite women and these Edomite men right back into that caveman and woman state that they were in, man. Okay? You keep going with that in Isaiah and then we'll get back to these people.
Isaiah 14 and verse 13. It says, for thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north.
Yeah, see, you was seeking preeminence. You was seeking a position that the Lord never gave your ass. But the Lord gave you a position to whoop our ass. But it was, bro, we talking about on the side. It was just a temp job, nigga.
Yeah, your assignment is over.
Hey, it was a temp job, bro. It was an assignment. You was under contract, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
If I could say,
Of course.
the scripture says in Revelation that he was loose for a little season.
Hey, come on now. Simple.
Time is up.
Your time is up. You don't got no strength over nothing no more. Your woman don't listen to you. Your children, they never did, but you were in your strength, so they were submitted. Again, going back to that word submitting. They were submitted to you in the simple fact that you had it going on. Like you said, you see the so-called white man, they afraid to park, or they get by, like the old one that just walked by speaking. Like I was saying weeks ago, stop fucking speaking to us.
Right. That was Amalek too.
Hey, get back in that devil. Like you crack. Why are you were not made to like us. Get back into that nigga hating. You should, when you see us, you should want to fight, man.
Bro, that's why, man, I'll be at work, man. There'll be these crackers at the job. And I'll be like, man, cuss this black bitch out, man. And you let this fucking black ass bitch do whatever the fuck she want.
Hey, come on, man.
I'm like, you over here look at us and you try to mean mug us, but as soon as her black ass come around the corner, and you just let her do it. I'm like, man, you need to get back into your old roots,
telling you,
man.
Fight back.
And cuss this bitch out. Yeah. But nah, man, he let me down every time.
Every fucking time.
I'll be like, yeah, this gonna be the day he say something to him.
Every fucking time.
Never.
Esau don't got it no more. His forefathers, they grandpappies. Matter of fact, you see same chapter. Jump over to 21. Yeah, because Esau, his grandpappy, man, they put in they put in a lot of work for y'all to just be out here, fucking super, bro. It's you saw that picture I put in the group, bro. It's way beyond the LGBTQ, man.
Oh yeah.
You seen that picture?
Yeah, that shit was disgusting.
Bro, that shit like a Wi-Fi password.
That shit was wild.
You saw that picture? Man, go in the group. That shit was like, it start with 2. It's like 2L. Yeah, it's in the main chat. Matter of fact, read it. Here it is. Esau was whooping ass and taking numbers, putting the whole world under his foot, just for you to be a super tranny. It's not enough for you to be a mo. You're like a tranny, pansexual, asexual, triple-spirited, man, woman, woman, man. Yeah, scroll in and read the letters.
I got a word for you too.
Oh,
It
that
says,
shit.
Hold on real quick.
It
Read.
says,
Protect what? It went from
protect-
LGBT.
plus.
It says protect 2S LGBTQI plus communities.
Bro, that shit sound like a Wi-Fi password.
Look,
That shit look like Halloween.
Man, what the hell? Oh yeah, I remember that stuff.
Like your forefathers was whooping engines' asses.
you got these niggers on you.
Whooping engine and niggas' asses for you to just be a super freak.
This nigga is rolling in his grave right now.
Oh yeah, he's man.
Indian killer.
This nigga right here. This
The
nigga
Lord gonna
is
have to
rolling in his
raise
goddamn
them up from the
grave.
dead to whoop a lot of you crackers' ass, man.
Look the look on his face. Like, he know it was going down bad when they took a picture of this goddamn devil, man.
Hey, come on, man. You had something you want to say, Doc?
Oh no.
Okay.
I got a word for you. So you're saying how their forefathers would be rolling over, seeing what they are nowadays.
Hell yeah.
So I got the word transvestite, and this is where the word tranny comes from, and it's a person with and this is in the etymon online, person with a strong desire to dress in clothing of the opposite sex.
All right, we might as well get that in the law. Go ahead and get that in the law, somebody.
It says a cross beyond, to dress, to clothe, but the root of where transvestite comes from is the word travesty, and it's a travesty to see, at least for their forefathers, for them to be carrying on and acting in this way.
It is a travesty.
Yeah, like
It is.
literally mean like it's just a travesty.
And you know, and then see, them old devils like Rudy Giuliani, they was transvestites. Because a transvestite is when you're dealing with see, this world is so sick. This world is sick, man. Like you gotta dive deep into the definitions and thoughts of this bullshit to understand it. Cause a tranny is a tranny is a transvestite on steroids. See, that drag queen shit, that's transvestites. That's a man. Yeah, that's a man that dresses like a woman.
Yeah.
Trannies today, it be a nigga that be 6'8", 240, that legitimately thinks he is a woman. Right. Transvestites don't think that they're women. They know they're men that are dressing up as such. These niggas be like, that's why they have to update even in the world of Moes, that they're fighting with each other.
Yeah.
It's inner fighting with them because it's confusion. Matter of fact, let's get that in the law. You got that? Whoever got it in the law.
It's Deuteronomy 22:5. It says, "Thou shalt not wear that which pertaineth unto." Read it again.
Good, bro.
It says, "The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man."
See, so like we were saying, the Lord had it where it was set up a certain way. Men wore men's apparel, right? And women wore women's apparel. Simple.
Yeah.
Order, right? But like the bishop said about, what did the bishop say in that class he did a few months ago, dealing with the fruit of Adam and Eve, the fruit of that sin of which they did, where they dealt with the philosophies of the serpent. We're seeing the fruits of letting this. Matter of fact, go to Habakkuk. What is that? Habakkuk 1 and 4. The law is slack. You go ahead with it.
This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 1 and verse 4. It says, therefore the law is slack, and judgment doeth never go forward. For the wicked doeth compass about the righteous, therefore wrong judgment proceeded.
So we're out here and we're witnessing the fruits of wrong judgment proceeded. Like you said, you beautifully that you went into the word transvestite, because at one point it was just that simple. It'd be some nasty man on the world that would sneak off and dress like a woman, and then he'd go back to his regular scheduled program the next day or the next week as the man that he was born to be.
Yeah, RuPaul.
Case in point, an example. But then in this world that we live in, people like that, they hate this, bro. They hate this transformer world, bro. If you could have a legitimate conversation with like old school dykes and old school moes, bro, they hate this new world shit, man. because it's went to a whole nother level.
Yeah.
It's went to, we're seeing the fruits of it. Matter of fact, now go back to the law and read that. Read what you're reading, bro.
It says, the woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
Yeah, simple. All right? Neither should a man put on woman's garments. But because that shit didn't get checked, right? Like you said, going back to the RuPauls of the world, those individuals, people celebrating it, uplifting it, protecting it, right? Because if we go in the law tells us what? That, matter of fact, keep going. What is the judgment on it?
It says, for all that do so are an abomination unto the Lord thy power.
So that's a mark against you. All right? Probably, which is which then will again leads into the spirit of homosexuality. And what we already know what the law says about that. So when you let this type of shit slide, see, when this society let when this society let, you know, men be able to dress as women, or really beginning with women being able to put on pants.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, voting like all of that energy with that. But like you said, just dealing with the vesture, the clothing. Yeah. You know, when Esau pushed the spirit on the society of women could wear pants and they're wearing steel-toe boots and shit like that. You know, that masculine energy, it only evolved and became what we see now.
Got another one real quick.
Yeah, go ahead with it.
This is Deuteronomy 23 and verse 1. It says, he that is wounded in the stones or hath his privy member cut off shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord. Because like you said, they went to a whole nother fucking level with this, you know, this gay shit, man. Now you went from letting little boys and little girls, like for instance, the whole Dwayne Wade situation with the little boy.
Yeah, man.
Let him chop the fucking rod off, man.
Bro, like I was talking to my mother-in-law, and she was talking about her mother, which would be my Rip's grandmother, which she's back in the spirit world, but she would have been in her 90s today, right? And she was talking about how she was like, my mom, you know, she had a real big problem with gay, you know, the gay shit, right? And I was like, I can see why she had to go back to the spirit world. Cause, bro, we in a time now where, bro, gay shit is that's entry level.
Yeah, that's entry.
It ain't even no, bro. That shit is. Come on, man. For us brothers, if you've lived in Atlanta long enough, bro, you don't get, bro. When you first moved here, when you were younger, it used to. Oh my God. Right. Oh my fucking God. Yeah. Two men are holding hands. It used to be, you know what I mean? It was like, what the fuck? Bro, that shit is light.
Right.
That shit is, ain't not to justify it, not to, you know what I mean? Act like it's a something to get to bat an eye at and move on. But bro, we're in such a time now, man, where go back to that picture and name it. Cause remember when we were younger, if you my age, your mid-30s, going into your 40s, bro, you can remember a time where it was what? It was the LGBTQ. That was it. Matter of fact, it wasn't even all them letters.
It was just LGB. Yeah. Oh yeah, 3 letters.
LGB at one point.
Matter of fact, that's what I thought it was. You're right. At one point, it was literally LGB. Right. Then you had the little rainbow flag that they have like on Piedmont and 10th.
That church a couple streets over.
Yeah, but you know that rainbow flag is now derogatory to other moles.
Really?
Yes. It's not inclusive enough. They're fighting amongst themselves because, like the brother said, it started LGB. Read the picture now. Listen to it again. This is what it is now.
You got a fucking transformer in the back. It says protect. What is the 2S?
The 2S. 2S. I looked it up. 2S is two spirits.
Oh my gosh. It says LGBT.
So basically, people with demons. Right. Go ahead with it.
It says protect 2S.
So 2S is two spirited people. Go ahead. LG, lesbian, gay.
BT,
bisexual and transgender.
QI,
queer or questionable. Plus or
anything else. Anything not stated.
Trans, because like I said, we're living in the fruits of the wickedness of allowing this type of bullshit to occur.
non-binary.
See, when you allow just going back to Obama and making it law where they could get married, it opened up Pandora's box to now we gotta deal with Matt.
Oh man, I remember watching the breakdown from the apostles when they were going into Revelation.
Okay, yes, sir.
And this was when they, I forgot which breakdown they was going into, but they were speaking about Obama and how they passed that law in New York where the gays could get married.
Yeah.
And I remember Apostle Tahar was saying that's gonna open it up for a whole bunch of other things.
Shit.
And look what happened.
Damn near 20 years later, look at what happened. Like I said, it went from two old mechanic-looking white women wanting to get married, right? It went from that it was where Connie and Sarah, you know, the butchy looking ones, right? One she works with wood and shit. Lumber, like a rugged lumberjack.
Rough-handed shit.
Rough-handed, yeah, those.
The butch.
To now, bro, we live in a world where you're transphobic because you as a straight man don't like transgender women, or you don't view them as a woman. Like you get how far this shit has went.
So now something's wrong with you.
Now you're the problem.
Oh, now if I can say, if you go to blacklistednews.com, the World Health Organization is now saying, as far as their guidelines, as far as Europeans, they want the children as early as a toddler to learn about masturbation, to learn about exploiting themselves sexually, and to learn about the birds and the bees. And then the United Nations is stating that they're trying to reduce the consent age of having sex with a minor. So these UN peacekeepers can go over there and start having sex with little boys and little girls at early age. This is what we come into. This is what
the fruit of it.
This is the fruit of RuPaul and all these other sugar in the tank ass niggas. And this is what it's being pushed. It's being pushed on your children, man.
Yeah.
If I may say, I was watching GMS Vegas sit downs, and he was just going into this. And earlier we were talking about mischief and why we call you small hatters the rats. He was going into your Talmud, and it's showing where it tells you 3 years old, you have done nothing.
You've done no wrong.
And so who is this? You can really identify who's pushing this by knowing what's in those books.
This is like you said, the fruits of them. All right, you got a precept?
Yeah, kind. You had mentioned Obama and the thing. This is Isaiah chapter 10 and verse 1. It says, "Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees."
Oh, come on now.
And that right grievousness which they have prescribed.
See, and these are unrighteous decrees. See, you're supposed to, going back to Habakkuk, the first chapter, you're supposed to bring about righteous judgment. And when you see this shit in the land, you're supposed to cast it out. But this is why we're in a wicked kingdom. It celebrates it. There's no heterosexual day.
Right.
Oh, they say what's his name? Caitlyn Jenner. They say he's or she.
See?
He or she is a hero or some shit for doing what he did. He chopped his dick off.
No, he didn't. He didn't.
Or he tucked it or whatever.
He still has his manhood.
That's still fucked up.
No, but here it is. But this is the wild thing about this world. He's very against a lot of this gay shit.
He's like super conservative.
He's super. Here it is. This man went from being, like you say, the track star, Bruce, to Caitlyn, dresses, does the whole nine. But then, like you said, his talking points are very conservative, very anti all of this stuff. That's what I said. Matter of fact, somebody got that in Jude. Go ahead with that.
It's the book of Jude, chapter 1, verse 7. Even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them, in like manner giving themselves over to fornication
Oh, see.
Saw that too.
and going after strange flesh are set forth for an example.
Yeah, see, the Lord set up Sodom and Gomorrah as an example for nations to follow, to know that, hey man, you run your society and let this type of shit happen on the planet Earth. Hey man, I'm gonna burn that city.
And this city gotta go, man.
Oh man, this city has to be the first
man.
one to go.
Atlanta, San Francisco, Seattle, Miami, wherever these flames is at, they gotta go, man.
You know?
It could literally be the reincarnation of what we're talking about. It's Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them. Atlanta could literally be.
It could be. The fuck? Could be.
Yeah.
Hey man,
Could.
the Lord got to put the flames out, man.
Yeah. You guys heard, bro?
I got something, man. Two
You
verses.
can see. Go ahead, bro.
Isaiah 29:15. It says, "Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, and their works are in the dark. And they say, Who seeth us and who knoweth us?"
You can break it down, brother.
Yeah, scripture say, "Woe," which is destruction, unto them that seek, put in work, bro. Like these, see, we see like the brothers and captain saying, we see like the fruit of certain things and vibration and spirits and demons that Edom Esau primarily has opened and worked to push upon the earth.
Yep.
Now we're seeing the fruits of his labors rise above the soil, so to speak. It's growing, man.
I'm telling you, and you know what? As you reading that, see, my mom used to tell me back in the day, being in the South, Atlanta has always been the city in the South that everybody in the South wants to go to.
Especially after the Olympics.
I'm talking, but see, for sure. Yeah, '96 definitely blew this up.
That blew this shit
But
all
like,
the way up.
my mom was talking to me how like back in the like the '80s, coming up here to Atlanta, she, all our moms had more friends when they were growing up, right? And she would say how back then even, it was, bro, Atlanta ain't just get gay, man.
Right, yeah.
Overnight.
Hey, Atlanta ain't just decide in 2003, you know what? This is a good place to be gay. No, it's always had undertones and like, America has always had these spots like the Village in New York City. Chicago has a major population. DC, San Francisco.
Because a lot of these bars, a lot of these clubs, after a certain hour,
Yep.
Right.
it's for the other community to
Yeah.
come out.
Right,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
It's always, like I say, niggas' grandparents was coming up here being moles
Yeah.
in his 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, man.
Yeah.
Morehouse and Spelman ain't just getting mo-like.
Yeah. Because I was reading an article years ago how, Elton John and all these alternative people would come to Atlanta. So it didn't start with Young Thug. You know what I'm
come
saying?
on, man.
Yeah, you can't say it was Young Thug. I even saw pictures of your boy from not Earth, Wind, and Fire, but the Isley Brothers.
Yeah.
They was all
Oh,
dressed-
yeah,
was
they wearing blouses and shit.
Blouses and whatnot, man. So it ain't just these young niggas out here. It started from the older generation.
Yeah, so does the scripture say, but back then, like you said, back in the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, you got the, what is that called? The bandana, the handkerchief code, where if you wear a red bandana, it means something. You wear a blue one, it means something. A yellow one, it means something. That was cold.
Yeah.
Okay? Because it was why? They were working that work in darkness. But because you don't gotta be in it, bro. Moles don't, that's why I said I was talking about my mother-in-law's, my ribs grandmother. Bro, old people gotta go because they can't comprehend. This shit has evolved way beyond just being moles.
Right.
Oh, two flaming men just wanna get married behind having fucking life insurance, health insurance, and live a happy ever life, man. It ain't about that no more. This shit is some, bro,
Deviant.
2L, bro, that shit had like 14 letters, man,
Well, the fucking plus said it all.
with a plus sign on the end.
Hey, can I bring something else?
Was he in on that one?
One more
Let him
verse,
finish that and I
one
got you,
more
brother.
verse,
Go ahead,
Cap.
brother.
This is Isaiah 29:16. It says, "Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he hath no understanding?"
Hey, so through the spirit, this society was framed to be off like this.
Yep.
Okay? When you read in Daniel, when you read about Daniel's vision and the fourth beast, hey, well, what is one of the main descriptors of the fourth beast? It would be more diverse from the others.
And they always talk about diversity.
Which, matter of fact, look up the word diversity. Diversity goes into basically wickedness.
And we're talking about the Roman Empire, right? So you had, I guess you would say you had dictators like Julius Caesar, but the first emperor was what, Augustus? They had a picture of Augustus with a little boy next to him. I mean, you can look this stuff up.
Yeah.
It ain't that was his cousin.
Yeah.
All right,
Nero was married to a horse.
Right.
It's that movie Alexander.
Yeah.
Even the Greek infrastructure, man, all the
Oh, yeah.
statues, they even got it right now. With little boys, like orgies and all that, man.
Yeah, the Greeks were mowed out too. But like you said, that foundation was established with the Greeks, but the Romans took it further. Okay?
I got that word.
Yeah, you got the word diversity? Go ahead, I'm gonna get you, brother.
This is diversity from the Etymon Online. It's about variety, diverseness. It says from the French, diversité, the difference, diversity, unique feature, the oddness, also wickedness, perversity.
Also wickedness.
Bro, I never knew that. Diversity.
Diversity, also because the Lord is, here's another word that you probably hear and you may not know what it means. Y'all brothers heard the word, what is it? Xenophobic? Yeah. You're a xenophobe. I remember somebody called me that on social media. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Man, look it up.
This nigga called me a xenophobe. I was like, I ain't know how to argue back. I was like, and then I was like, you know what? You're goddamn right, I am. I was just, but I mean, in the spirit, yeah, we are. We're separate. That's what it goes into. Like, you know, in this world, you're a xenophobe. You believe in, you want to be separate. You goddamn right. Because look at what happened. We live in a society where not only, it's like Esau made a place where all nations of their energy is allowed to flourish here. Esau got a way of how he be a homo. So-called Chinese got their own way, right? They got them lady boys. And, you know, every nation has a way that that when that Mo shit comes into the earth through them, they exercise it differently.
Oh, like those Moabites and that K-pop stuff?
Yeah. The lady boys, they're big in trannies, Thailand.
Yeah.
Every nation, that's why they be talking at these Egyptology niggas. Nah. The so-called white man brought homosexuality into the earth. No, the first homos on the earth were you fucking Hamites, you Africans.
Proof of that is when niggas.
Yeah, going back to, literally the proof of that is Sodom and Gomorrah.
They had homosexual hieroglyphics on the pyramids.
Come on now.
You know?
To worship the gods, I forget which of the gods it is, to worship him, Horus or one of them, you had to literally sip man juice. Okay? So every nation, that's why the Lord had to give us these laws on how to live on the land, because if you leave it to any of these nations, they're going to allow this type of BS to flourish. Okay? But Esau said, everybody, I'm going to let it all happen. Okay? You had something, bro?
Oh, I just want to talk about this website.
Yeah.
It's HELGBTQ.
That's all.
Get my card.
And so it's basically a list of all these different programs and assistance and rights for them. They got more rights and better programs than the average heterosexual person.
Oh man, to be a heterosexual man or woman, you're a disease on the planet Earth at this point. Being a heterosexual is like anti-American at this point. You know how fucking crazy that is? That's why they try to deem us. You're a cis male. Hey man, don't fucking call me no cis man.
Right.
You know what? And that's why Eminem was ahead of his time, man. Because he used to say that shit back in 2000, 2003. He used to say that shit, man. It's one of them songs that they called him a homophobic.
Yeah.
Like, nah, you're just heterophobic.
You're heterophobic. I remember that, which is true. This world is heterophobic. You get punished for, bro, you just try to be a regular husband and wife and 2 kids, a boy and a girl. Bro, you're disgusting.
You're a demon.
You're a what do they call women? You're a breed. We're breeders.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It's the natural course of life.
Read that word diversity again. Yeah, like I said, diversity goes into wickedness. That's why this world, the Lord calls this a scum pot. A melted scum pot, because everything is thrown into this pot and it's confusion. That's why I say we're literally living in the fruit of allowing wickedness to flourish on this planet. And we're really living in the fruits of the sin of Adam and Eve.
Yeah.
That's how heavy this is. Because from the act of where Eve did what she did, Eve opened up this portal from the beginning of time to the day where it's like Well, goddamn. I can't beat my children's ass. You can't tell a woman what to do. You can't tell children what to do. If you're against anything that's wrong, you're wrong. And you to push your right is wrong. So really, like you said, as a heterosexual man and woman, you are enemy number one in America at this point.
Yeah, public enemy number one.
You are public enemy number one. Okay? Read that again and we got you.
So it goes a little further down, and it says, in a negative meaning, perverseness.
In a negative meaning.
Yeah, come on, man.
Yeah. Being contrary to.
Separatist, racist, etc., etc., etc. Because the Lord, from the beginning, he divided the land according to the nations. And he had it where this was like, we were talking about this last week. When you look at the back of the Bible, open up Bibles, and they have an ancient world map, it'll show you it's the land of Moab, the land of Ammon,
Over there.
the land of Edom, right? The land of Ham. Everybody had their land.
Bro, it even goes deeper. Like, we couldn't even, in the beginning, we couldn't even really deal with them like that, right?
No.
To go even deeper with that, even with our own respective tribes, remember?
We had our own, I was about to say.
Yeah.
You had the land of Judah, the land of Ephraim.
And then our daughters would marry within the tribe
within
of Judah.
your own tribe.
Yeah.
Right?
That's how much of a separatist the Lord is, man.
That's how much the Lord is a separatist. He, like you said, now there's no law. You're not sinning if you're a
Right.
Judite man and you get you a Ephraimite woman.
Right.
But like you said, initially in the beginning, it was you had it was a Judite mother, Judite father.
Because of the inheritance, remember?
Exactly.
It was the inheritance is the reason why the Lord had it that way.
Exactly.
But since we got taken out of that land,
Come on now. There we have it. And now we see the fruits of all of this diversity that everybody loves to build upon, which only brings about perverseness and wickedness. See, we shouldn't be living amongst no fucking gooks, man.
right. Have to smell they goofy ass.
They shouldn't even be in our communities. Did he just say what I'm thinking?
Goddamn right. he did.
They don't like us nowhere.
Yeah,
We
fuck y'all, man.
We shouldn't have to deal with the fact that when our women, leave out the house, we got to worry about our women being around other men.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Let alone they shouldn't even be around heathen men.
Right. Exactly.
See, our women of our nation shouldn't even know what the fuck heathen men look like if it was up to us.
They never know.
But we live in a society where why? Everything is diverse, it's mingled. Your neighbor, you want to live in a diverse neighborhood. You go to hey, Georgia Tech. Black people, white people, gooks and dirty sand niggas and Elamites and all these different nations in one little area. And this shit is wicked, man.
And then you got the females in there bleeding all over the goddamn place. That alone too, man.
Yeah, it's a whole nother
That's a
subject.
whole nother subject.
That's a whole nother subject matter.
A little more.
Okay, let's go with it. I like this word.
It says perverseness, being contrary to what is agreeable or right. Conflict.
The only thing that is agreeable and right is being separate.
Scriptures.
See, the Lord got we're seeing. That's another thing that we're seeing the fruit of as well.
Oh, yeah.
We're seeing the fruits of being around each other.
Yeah.
See, this devil, he the reason we are. That's the fuck. Like, you know what? That's why this so-called white man, he deserves a size 20 foot up the ass, man.
That's right.
Because he's the reason that did it. Here it is, the Southern Kingdom was over in Africa minding their goddamn business. Now we understand through biblical prophecy, it all had to happen the way that it did. But at the end of the day, who brought the tribes over here? Who allowed these? We live here in Atlanta. What is Clarkston called? Who set up these refuge cities around the country? Oh, the Afghanistans, they're displaced. You could come here to Atlanta and live. Oh, you're from Africa, you're displaced. You could come here.
Or it's like who destabilized those countries in the first place to push them?
Matter of fact, I know you got a bring that precept out and get who stay if not home.
Because the brother had mentioned one of the words for diversity was contrary.
There we go.
And this is Wisdom of Solomon.
That's one of my favorites.
Chapter 2 and verse 12.
Yes, sir.
It says, "Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn. He is clean contrary to our doing."
Clean contrary. clean.
Without question.
Like how Mr. Smith told Neo in the Matrix, I'm the negative to your positive. That's how serious, how clean of a contrary is. What's right to us is wrong to him. And what's wrong to him is right to us on a perfect scale of each other.
The antithesis.
Yes. How we think about it, we always talk about this here. The so-called white man in his kingdom, he's just anti-family. He's anti-having multiple. The last time Esau had multiple wives was with the Esau. The Esau is the last time Edomites had multiple wives. Right? But you look at our people, we're about, like I said from the beginning, we're about family building. Taking care of the elderly, taking care of the young, the fatherless, the widows. We do that shit naturally. Esau looks like shit. She ain't got no.
Put her in a home.
Okay, shit. Yeah. You know they always deceive us, coming up with some way to be a demon.
Yeah, we're gonna try to knock her off so we can get her inheritance.
Yeah, come on, man. You keep going.
And just quote the scripture in Proverbs. It says that that the righteous is an abomination to the wicked.
Ooh.
You know, and the wicked is an abomination to the righteous. You know what I'm saying? So it's always going to be that stark contrast. You know. But continuing on this wisdom of Solomon, it says he upbraideth us with our offending the law, and objected to our infamy, the transgressions of our education.
Yeah, you break that, brother.
Yeah, Khan. So this is what, because this is the point that the brother's making, that Esau's ways is clean contrary to our ways, man. The scripture says in Sirach, the 33rd chapter, that good is set against evil.
Ooh, come on,
you
now.
know. So it's always been that battle, man.
Yes,
you
sir.
Know? But you got it out.
And we're seeing the fruits of that battle play out in real time now. That's why Esau is falling back into that pit like we were reading. Because why? He put this web of confusion, diversity into the earth, and he can't control it now. That's why when a good old red lobster looking cracker gets on the TV and he's like, put America first, right? He'd be like, put America first. Oh my fucking God, he's a racist, he's
Trump.
a bigot.
Trump.
Look how they treating old boy down in Florida right now, DeSantis.
Yep.
Yeah.
However you say his name. They are big mad at him. All he trying to do is put the residents of his state first.
It's the same thing with Trump.
Same thing with Trump. Trump's on some make America great again. But then you got the other side that's, oh no, we need to send another $1 billion send another $1 billion to Ukraine and another $1 billion to Ukraine.
But Trump's like, nah, man, fuck that. We got shit fucked up here. You're a racist.
How dare you say that? We're praying for Ukraine. How dare you?
Yo,
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
100 years ago, there was a separatist policy within the United States.
Yeah, man.
It was always stay out of it, stay out of it. But
Because why was America originally established? To bring forth sovereignty. But that's where it's gotten away from. Because how did they get away from? America's original plan was to give sovereignty to them crackers that came from the other side of the world over here, right? Yeah. But then them taking our sovereignty away from us ended up taking their sovereignty away from them. So now they're in the trick bag. The difference is that Esau, you can't get out of this quicksand you can't get out of. That's how bad it is for you. Like I said, bro, we're good. We just witnessed how weak the so-called white man is this day. Yeah. Because they were afraid of these parking spots. Like, oh Lord, what the fuck we gonna do out here? All right, what are we gonna do? We're teaching the Bible. We got cameras, but we're just now with cameras and all this set up in the middle of broad daylight, 20 of us is gonna jump on you and steal your purse. Get the fuck out of here.
Hey man, Jay got it more going on than these heathens out here, man.
Oh yeah, man, come on, man. The so-called white man is losing. Bad. It's embarrassed. He should be embarrassed, man.
Shame.
Job, for you.
Yeah, bring that up.
This is Book of Job 27, and we start at 13. This is the portion of a wicked man with the Most High.
That's a good one, yep.
And the heritage of oppressors, which they shall receive of the Almighty.
Yeah, so this is your inheritance. You know, Esau be waiting on his grandpappy to die so he can get some money.
Yeah.
Hey, well, this is what you're gonna inherit, man. All right?
It's their manifest destiny.
Yeah, it's beautifully said. Yep, keep going.
If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword.
Yeah, these so-called white people, see, That's another thing, like I said earlier. One could argue. Don't be mad at me, brothers. Don't be mad at me. I'm just saying. The so-called white man could argue that he is systematically affected by racism. Don't be mad. I know we getting our ass beat, but you gotta see how he's getting his ass beat as well, too. You know how many crackers get killed by the cops?
Oh, yeah.
You know how many white people get killed by the cops yearly? I think more of them get killed by cops than us.
Yeah, I see a lot of Edomites, man, where I live at. They get pulled over by the police, and they bringing out them drug-sniffing dogs.
Oh, man, they getting harassed, man. Like I said, you know, yeah, fuck them. But I'm just speaking from a mindset of, you know, at one point, like you said earlier, our lives were less than theirs, right? Our lives was less than theirs. So there was a time where if a cracker woman went missing, everybody got to look for her ass.
What's that? What's that?
You see that?
Yeah, he doing the most.
Yeah.
That nigga about to die. Hit him! No, I'm just kidding. But you know, there's a TV series on Hulu about the white girl that went missing down there in Aruba.
Yeah.
Remember that?
I remember her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Natalie something.
Yep.
Holloway or some shit like that. Yeah.
She went missing,
Mm-hmm.
and then everybody was looking for her and all this other shit. Same shit.
But you know what? That day is long gone.
Long gone.
Long gone. That was because see, you offended. Once everybody realized that you were putting more value on their lives, that backfired on you. Because at one point, everybody did value your life. Nobody values the white man, woman, and child's life no more. That's why we're reading, because you are now inheriting your heritage of the Lord. You see what I'm saying? Keep going, brother.
If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword,
Mm-hmm.
and his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread.
And a lot of so-called white people died behind that jump shot, man.
Yeah, they was taking that jumpy.
Yeah, they were the main ones getting that jump shot and put in their ass. And they the main ones that like I said, that have been dying off. That's why they showed you what through what was I about to say? That's why you had the abortion laws getting taken off the books.
Yeah.
Roe versus Wade be turned. Then right after that, you had this fucking gender war that's on social media. Black women telling black men, you ain't shit, and black vice versa, right? This 50-50 war. Because why? It's to throw off the balance. Because again, even with you doing all this bullshit behind the scene, bro, one thing that Jake gonna do, Jake, even with the curses on him, we still gonna love each other, man. It ain't the love that's supposed to be there, but I promise you, the tribes still love each other, man. If you in a neighborhood, you know, we'll show love and respect to each other by even just leaving each other alone.
Yeah.
But you so-called white people, this is your kingdom, and you hate each other's guts. Okay, so just keep going, brother.
Yeah, these niggas be beefing over a fucking fence line.
Oh man,
Yeah.
You know how many people, how many Edomite families aren't talking to each other behind Trump versus Biden?
Yeah.
That 2016 vote.
Yeah, that divided.
That
America.
divided Esau up something vicious. You're an anti-vaxxer? You'll never come back to grandma's house. You're cut off.
Remember that white girl that voted for Trump?
Yeah.
And her daddy put her ass out the house.
Put her out the house.
Live too.
You can't be here.
Fuck out. We was laughing our ass off.
Yeah. Real shit.
That was some real deal shit,
That's
man.
Egyptian versus Egyptian.
Yeah.
You know,
Come on now.
Exactly.
And the Lord said he's coming back to bring division.
Oh yeah, so you Edomites are Satan against Satan.
Yep.
Keep going, brother.
It says, verse 15, those that remain of him shall be buried in death,
Mm-hmm.
and his widows shall not weep.
Oh yeah, like we said earlier, man. If we think we got it bad with the N-Dub and the women of our nation, shit, Esau got it bad. He catching serious hell behind these white women. They the real, like you think about it. They went from, bro, the so-called white man went from having Marilyn Monroe's, Anna Nicole Smith's, Elizabeth Taylor's, sexy ass white women, to now He got to deal with bald-headed, shaved, hairy underarm, days. Think about it. They women went from being the pinnacle of femininity and womanhood in this world to now they hate when you call them ma'ams and you misgendered me. Ah! I don't wash. God damn. That's your women. Okay? And above all, like we say, that's just one level of it. The fact of it is too, is like you said, your white women, man, they can't wait to get on Team Israel.
Right.
Yeah. They can't wait, man. You got a thing out here, we talk about this all the time when we pull this scripture out. You got these white women that'll get a Queen of Spades tattooed on them, or they wear Queen of Spades clothing and shit like that, which goes into them basically only liking Black Rod. There's a whole energy of that in the world that Esau can't even confine. The white man, they'll be like, the white man doesn't deserve shit.
Yeah.
They'll go online, they got their pages. Yeah, the black man is the only man that should be breeded and given money to. The white man should just have, this is them. This is your women.
And they'll have husbands and shit.
They'll have a whole husband.
Fucking them.
Oh, cucks. When you throw the word cuck out there, who's the first person you think of? White men.
Yeah.
Okay? Keep going, bro.
And his widows shall not weep, though he heap up silver as the dust and prepare raiment as the clay.
And see all that work you did, raping the world of its resources and riches. You know, you've taken all the gold, the silver, the stones. Hell, you've taken riches and resources that, man, we don't even know about.
Right.
Yeah.
We too finished in this society to even know that shit worth something. You know how fucking crazy that is? You could be sitting on some land right now that's got, I don't know, some type of soil, right?
Right.
But you just so through and so uneducated of the earth, you don't even know what the fuck it is. But he got it. So read that again, brother, and keep going.
Verse 16, though he heap up silver as the dust.
Yeah, you've heaped it up like dust, man. As Habakkuk said, you gather unto you all the riches and all the nations of the people, man. Yeah. You've gathered all this shit to yourself, being selfish, not realizing, going back to Psalms the 7th chapter, that you was gonna fall into your own pit. You just collected it all for us. You made it easy for us.
Right.
Keep going.
Scripts say, come down and sit in the dust too.
Yeah, you just been working your ass off. You know, our brothers that know, years ago I used to move wine cellars, right? And you know, I used to go in these Edomite cellars, man. I'm talking about like, bro, this Edomite had a cellar. That shit was like a store, bro. He could have set up a register. He could have set up a register at the front of the cellar and this bottle is $49.99. Bro, had like 20, bro, it be Edomites out here that be having 20, 30,000 bottles in their house. And I used to be like, God damn, like, what the fuck you got all this shit in you? You own, you ain't drinking it, you ain't.
What if an earthquake happened for decoration?
They're just as part of those riches, because wine is a riches.
Yeah.
People don't because that's another level. See, that's another thing of knowledge that we don't understand. Wine is bro, these crackers, they will collect bottles of wine and sell it as retirement funds. Yeah. Because it's a living asset.
Yeah.
Right?
Because wine ages.
Wine ages.
It gains profit when it ages.
Come on now.
The longer it sits in the barrel,
or just even in the bottle.
Yeah.
Just even in the bottle.
I bet some of these bottles of wine are worth more. This fucking asshole. I bet these vintage bottles of wine are worth more than these rappers bust down watches.
Oh hell yeah!
Well, it appreciates. So
that bust down don't appreciate, it depreciates. So again, like you said, like they'll collect all of this shit. They got all the fine jewelry and all of it. You name it, they got it. Okay? You keep going, brother.
Verse 16 again. Though he heap up silver as the dust and prepare raiment as the clay, he may prepare it, but the just shall put it on.
Yeah, all of these different fabrics. That was what Kanye years ago was rant, you know, the famous Kanye rants. Hey, when you go back and you listen to that rant with him and not K-Slay, straight-headed nigga.
Dreadhead nigga.
Sway.
Yeah, Sway.
Sway. That you don't got the answers. That interview. He was basically trying to break it down to him that he was like, man, you don't even understand that these devils don't even give us access to certain colors and fabrics. This devil covets the the actual color and actual real fabrics. That's why we gotta wear bullshit mixed fabrics and polyester blends and all type of shit that sucks the spirit out of us. Because the law also says what? That shouldn't mix fabrics.
Yeah.
But then we gotta buy all this mixed fabric bullshit because why? He keeps it all to himself. But it's all good, buddy. You kept it all for us to just come in one day and then get all of you and your boys. There's gonna be 2 crackers in a truck moving all this shit. Hey, come on, get to work. Oh, you got 30 tons of gold over here? We gonna have them devils, we gonna put their ass to work.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, oh, it's some silver that you got coveted, or you had hidden over here. Okay. Get them crackers that's still alive, get to work. Seasons. See, we be forgetting that salt is a real salary. The word salary. The word salary comes from salt. Because the Romans were paid in salt. Salt and pepper. Hey, who was was that Cortez? Spices. Was that Cortez that was down there in Central America drinking hot chocolate? Who was it?
I don't think it was Cortez.
Hernandez.
Cortez that took over Mexico.
It might have been Cortez. One of them. Forgive me, I'm drawing a blank on the name. But whoever it was would sit. If you look up the history of hot chocolate, bro, drinking hot chocolate used to be a flex. You understand? That was a real flex of that time. You know what was a flex of the time of old too? Ice cream.
Yeah.
Yeah, vanilla bean ice cream and all that shit. These were things that, see, real ice cream costs money. What was that video that we put in the group the other day? That $1 million fruit salad?
Yeah.
Bro, it's a video. You saw that video, right? It's a video online, right? Iron Chef. They made a fruit salad and it cost $1,000 our money.
What?
Hey, you ain't watched that video?
I gotta look at it.
Bro, it was like $100 melon, $5 the cherries were like $5 each. It was like
Good stuff.
Yeah, it was the good stuff. I was like, man, we over here eating bullshit, man.
Now, I remember I said that to you.
Yeah.
I was like, basically we eating like peasants.
Oh yeah.
He was like, man, peasants eat better than us.
Yeah, shit, I wish we ate like peasants. We don't eat like peasants. All right, you keep going, brother. We probably gonna close up on that.
Okay. Verse 17. He may prepare it, but the just shall put it on, and the innocent shall divide the silver.
And the innocent shall divide the silver. And Lord willingly, Lord willing, we're part of the elect, but the elect are the innocent. Matter of fact, before we go to Psalms 2.
Hey,
right.
it was King Charles V of Spain who was drinking the hot chocolate.
Oh, what does it say a little bit more about it?
It says it basically started in Mexico.
Yeah.
It says as early as 500 BC, the Mayans were drinking chocolate made from ground up cocoa seeds mixed with water, cornmeal, and chili peppers, as well as other ingredients.
So a spicy hot chocolate.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It says, just jumping to the point, it says, then it made its way to Europe. Well, yeah, you're right, bro. It says in the early 1500s, the explorer Cortez brought cocoa beans and the chocolate drink making tools to Europe. So yeah, you're right.
It was a flex. It was like the champagne of its time.
Look what I got from the other side of the world.
Oh, I'm drinking like these beans only come from here, and I'm able to dry it out and make a chocolate mix out of it. You know what I'm saying? But now what are we drinking? Nestle Quick and shit. Ovaltine to you-hoos. You know what I'm saying? Now you could drop that. We go to that Psalms. You can start at the top, and we'll probably finish that.
Psalms 2:1. Why do the heathen then rage? Why do the heathen rage, and the people imagine a vain thing? The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together.
Yeah, that's why you shouldn't envy the oppressor, or envy the works of the sinners. Because all this shit is coming back, man. It's all one big circle. We lost it and we found it. Esau stole it from us and we're gonna take it back. That's it. So all of this, there's no needing, oh man, Esau got all the riches, and oh man, Esau eating the good food, and oh man, Esau is, oh man, nah man, fuck it. It's leaving him. He doesn't have it anymore. There's remnants, but the scriptures speak about the fact that these devils are, what's the word I'm looking for? They are in a space of, they're in an uncomfortable place right now. If you think that the elite are somewhere still sipping fine wine and got their feet kicked up, you got another. You're confused about it.
Right. Yeah, it says terrorists have brought him to his feet or something like that.
That's the water. Terrorists have brought him onto his feet.
Nigga's shaking in his boots right now.
Yeah, he's shaking in his boots. See, he's far removed from that element of just kicking the world's ass and no worries. He's never been this exposed ever. Bro, the Illuminati is a household name. Bro, if you want to know what Evelyn Rothschild or David Rockefeller or any of these figures look like, just go to TikTok. There's a simple TikTok, and it's gonna be some cracker with a 30-minute video breaking down the history of this devil. I think David Rockefeller's dad was called the Duke Devil or some shit like that.
Yeah, he was like a traveling
he used to beat the shit out of his son.
Yeah.
And he was a menace.
Fake medicines and stuff. He was like a traveling con man.
Yeah, he was really like on some beating his son so they would never be soft. But how do we learn that? Like I said, a goddamn TikTok video will put all your goddamn information online. Bro, the elite be the main ones getting, what's the word, doxxed?
Yeah.
The elite be the main ones getting doxxed out here. Yeah. Evelyn Rothschild, born 1936. He is responsible for. Imagine his ass. He watching this shit like, man, these mother.
Who the fuck said that?
You know what's funny too? In Wizard of Oz, the Great Oz.
Yeah.
That's what he was doing. He was a traveling con man selling fake ointments and medicines and stuff. And that's literally where the Rockefellers originated from.
And then what? And we're going to close up on that point, because then when we found out who was behind the curtain.
This is he?
And this is he. And once he was exposed, it was a wrap. See, you being exposed brought more damage to you over the last. See, that's why our fight is different. We don't got to gather weapons and rations and shit to fight you. We're fighting you with just truth. We are whooping your ass. We are giving you bad nights. You are dreaming about us. Terrors in your sleep behind us. That's why I know, like, hey man, you brothers, you might get 1 or 2 views on a video. Hey, it might be Evelyn Rothschild.
Right.
It might be some high level elite sitting at home on his back in that basement. Hey, Evelyn Rothschild in his own basement by the water heater. In the dark, watching your video, pissed the fuck off. Man, God damn it! How they know this shit? Why do the heathens, and read that again and we're gonna close up there.
If I can say too,
Yeah, of course, bro.
because what did Yahweh Shah say? He said that those things that are spoken in the closets shall be proclaimed among the housetops and the rooftops.
Come on, man.
You know, so that because they were able to operate in the shadows for so long. You know.
That shit is over with, man.
Psalms 2:1. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from them.
Hey, that's it. So like the scriptures are saying, that was a vain thought that you had, that you were just gonna rule forever, ever. Like I said, man, Esau, this was a temp job, boy. All right, it's a temp job, and the job is done.
Yeah, baby boy.
Okay? Hey, so with that, we're going to close up. We pray that this camp was edifying. We want to give all the glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash. Hey, double honors unto our apostles and elders. And until Lord willing, until next time, shalom.
Shalom.